Welcome to episode 5 of the Raiders franchise. This will be the regular season finale, and this is really going to give us a glimpse into our future. I want to start some guys who probably haven't gotten a lot of starting time this season to see where our future lies, to see who's expendable, and see if anybody can make an impact here towards the end of the season. So what we're going to do is I'm going to throw Wicks at the wide receiver position. I'm basically going to sit Tucker down for the rest of the year. He's had a good year, but I do want to see Thorne's going to be that wide receiver 3 type of guy. Before I make the decision, we're going to be rocking with Geno Smith for these last few games. Maybe he can build something to make us want to keep him around. His season hasn't been great. So Wicks and Tucker, similar stats. Wicks doesn't have a touchdown this year. It'll probably be easier if I just go into the downfield and do some of this stuff here. Genti, I'm going to leave him starting just because I'm going to try to get him that rookie of the year. I will, however, throw Damian Martinez in this 2 role. We'll get a little bit more. We're going to go Besh, wide receiver 1, Thornton 2, Cam 4, just to see what these guys can give us here. Tight end wise, we'll get Brock Bowers in there, Michael Mayer. Starting pretty much all of our best guys. We'll get Max Crosby in there. Edge and Akbari. About all the moves we're going to make. Third down, receiving back, I'll leave it as Genti, but actually, you know what? We'll let that be. I know he's 56 overall at this position, but 89 speed, very similar speed, similar excel. A little lower on the agility and strength side. Carrying similar. Let's see, catching wise, he's our lowest, but it'll be fine. I just want to get him some more burn and see what he's about for us. I think I'm going to leave Besh as our slot guy. Actually, you know what? We'll give it to Thornton, and Besh can be our 3rd slot guy. I'll let Tony be the 2nd. Leave everything else probably pretty much the same. Jeremy Chin is our slot corner. I like that, whatever. So, looking at our schedule for this episode, we are going to come all the way down here. We won our last game against the Broncos by 3. So we got the Eagles, Texans, Giants, Chiefs. Probably simming the Eagles, probably simming the Texans. We'll probably do just through the highlights and watch maybe the 4th quarter of the Giants game, and then we're going to watch the whole Chiefs game today to finish out the regular season. I hope you guys are ready for the offseason because I sure am. So we'll sim ahead here. I do fully plan before next episode, which will be live streamed. Our offseason will be live streamed, and I'll probably stream the preseason games and decisions as well before the next season. Got one guy left on his for his contract to be negotiated, Kalen King. I'm going to have to keep working on him. I did offer him something to keep him around to see if he can develop, but he obviously doesn't really want to be here, and I have it to where the re-sign interest and the interest in general really affects whether or not guys want to be here, but I'll keep working on that. Upgrade players. I just realized we simmed a week and I didn't even look at the Genti gets 2 upgrades here. That's big. We win a big win, 23-6 against the Eagles. So what happened here? I switch up some guys, bench some of our starters, and we are now on a 2-game win streak. Jalen Hurts threw 3 picks. Interesting. Geno Smith, 110, a touchdown and a pick. That's not great. So Martinez did get in here a little bit, but not a whole lot, at least in the rushing aspect. 13 for 115 and a touchdown for Genti. So that's a big game for him. Nothing crazy from our receivers. Bowers gets the touchdown. Tony has a catch. Besh has 4 catches. Thornton with 2. Defensively, Max Crosby had 12 tackles. And 4 TFLs, half a sack. Devin White had 2 TFLs. Elena Roberts, 2 TFLs. A sack from Malcolm Kuntz, who has played phenomenally in the rushing D tackle role. Who got the picks? Elena Roberts, Darian Porter, and Jeremy Chin. So 3 starters that I didn't sit down for this last stretch all get picks. Couple deflections here. Eric Stokes with a deflection. Chris Paul Jr. had a okay game. Any forced fumbles? I don't know. I feel like what did they do? Like obviously Jalen Hurts had the 3 picks. Saquon Barkley 98 yards, so we didn't hold him. He didn't score, but we didn't really hold him. Goddard with 51. Yeah, just a crazy win there for us that I didn't expect. So we are going to be up against the Texans now, who we match kind of favorably up against. But we've also lost a few games this year that we've been matched up favorably against. Looking at this, I didn't realize we have the 4th best passing defense in terms of yards allowed per game. So our defense has not been the issue. It's just been our offensive production. I feel like we all knew that throughout this whole season, really. As we back-to-back wins, so it is we're on a 3-game winning streak here to end the season, which as a team where we're in the position where we are, that doesn't help our draft position. As Geno Smith, the best game we've seen him have all year, and our defense gets 2 more interceptions as we 34-0 against the Texans at Houston. So Geno Smith 258, 4 touchdowns, 84% completion percentage. Rushing wise, Genti had 125 on the ground. Martinez adds 25. Thornton has a huge game, 7, 107, and 3 touchdowns. So maybe this is somebody that we got to start adding in the receiver rotation. Maybe he can, in the next season or 2, push for that wide receiver 1 role. Kadarius Toney has 6 for 76. Bowers 2 for 34 and a touchdown. So Martinez adds a couple catches. Nice. Delavon Campbell hasn't done much, but I think he's in that wide receiver 4 role. Defensively, no TFLs. Chris Paul Jr. with a sack and a half. Max Crosby with a sack and a half. Jeremy Chin with a sack and a pick. Eric Stokes got the other pick. A few deflections here from some guys. So all of a sudden we're on a 3-game winning streak, which doesn't help us. It actually hurts us based off draft position here. And we move into a situation where we are now a top 6 defense in terms of points per game allowed and a top 3 passing defense in terms of yards allowed. while we're at 5-10 with absolutely no way of making the playoffs unless Denver were to, like, a lot of things would have to happen in these last two games, which I don't think happened. We can finish at 7-10, and yeah, so we're not making the playoffs. Geno Smith wins Player of the Week, crazy. Yeah, so a weird little turn here at the end of the season. Our draft position slowly decreasing. I may have to go look at the standings actually real quick just to see where we stand in terms of that. So if it were to end right now, we'd get the 5th pick in the draft, I believe. In terms of, there's a bunch of us teams that are at 5-10. Dolphins are at 4-11. 2, 3, and 12 teams here. So that'll be interesting to see which one of them gets the first overall pick. So we got a weird little shakeup here to end this season as we come up into this Giants game here on a 3-game winning streak, and our last game shutting out the Houston Texans. Geno Smith having his, not even arguably, it is his best game of the season, as realistically he has disappointed. Him and Kenny Pickett have both disappointed us. So we're going to get through here and jump to the second quarter, see what happens. We score a touchdown on our first drive, get to the second quarter up by 7. Get to the third quarter now. Giants add 3. We don't score. Giants score again. It's tied at 10 here. We're going to jump to the fourth quarter now. Giants score a touchdown. We don't score. 17-10 going into the fourth quarter. I believe the Giants have the ball. Yes, they do. And here's where we jump in and try to see what our defense can do and what our offense can do. If our defense can get a stop here. Handoff, I believe that's Tyrone Tracy up the middle, who has 8 for 37 today. So our run defense has been solid. Jackson Dart looking to maybe scrape this team into the playoffs in his rookie year. Theo Johnson in motion, handoff again. Max Crosby with a huge TFL. Crosby, a guy that I'm glad we have on our side. It'll be mainly about trying to retain him or keep him happy going forward in a direction that it feels like we're making progress, so he wants to stay. Dart stepping up to throw now. That pass will be broken up, intended for the running back there. So a big 3rd and 14 here. They're not in field goal range, I don't believe. Dart getting pressured, throwing out, can't connect. That was Malcolm Kuntz and Max Crosby there. Getting the pressure in and almost getting a sack. So the Giants are going to have to punt here. Our offense is going to come on with a chance to tie the game. And we'll see if Geno can continue his little resurgence here at the end of the year, leading us to some wins. Not sure how he's played today, really. We haven't looked at the stats, obviously, but based off last game, we can hope that he can play solid enough to get us somewhere. Play action, stepping up, throwing deep, connects to Brock Bowers deep downfield. A big play there. So Geno Smith, 128, no touchdowns, no picks. Not a horrible game, but not a great game from him. But that's a great throw right there. Hitting Brock Bowers right on the cutback of that route. Going to be 1st and 10 from the 36 here. Geno going under center. Genti in the backfield. Thornton motioning over, motioning back. Handoff. Genti gets to the outside, breaks it off up the sideline. That's a first down. 12 for 55 for Genti today. So the offense moving now. Pressure on their backs. Geno looking to retain his job for maybe another season. Stepping up, throwing over the middle, connects. Who is that? 83, Kadarius Toney. So a big catch from Kadarius Toney after a big play from Genti. Great throw there by Geno. This offense, 3 big chunk plays in a row, but the red zone is where we have struggled this year, I believe. Gun for Gino over the middle, complete to Tony again. So Kadarius Toney now trying to prove his worth here to this team. Maybe get a new contract in free agency. Genti up the middle, breaks to the outside, tries to make a man miss. Almost breaks that off into the end zone. 2nd and 3 now from the 4-yard line. Can we punch it in and tie this game up? Motioning Martinez out to the right. Gino throwing over the middle. That is Dante Thornton Jr., who's had a big resurgence, not resurgence. He didn't play hardly this year, but a big surge here in these last few games, showing that he has what it takes to be on this roster and be somebody that we utilize. That PAT, we will now be tied. So this game gets a little more interesting here as our defense has a chance to get a big stop and get our offense the ball back. Return here for the Giants coming up. Makes a man miss, but a big tackle there. Down at the 22. That's going to be Jackson Dart in this Giants offense. Trying to come out, get some points on the board, put this game away. 4:45 on the clock here. Handoff, Tracy, and that's a big TFL there. Who is that? 45. I can't see the name. Devin White. I will learn these numbers eventually, don't worry. Devin White with a big TFL there brings up 2nd and 12 now from the 20. Dart back to throw. Over the middle, broken up. I believe that's Jeremy Chin, and I think Kalen King was out there as well to help force that. So 3rd and 12 here all of a sudden. Defense coming to play. Crosby getting around, getting the pressure. Throws it short to the running back, short of the 1st down. So they're more than likely going to punt here. And they do. Punt team out now. So the defense gets a big stop. And after the way our offense was moving the ball, that could be not a great sign for this Giants team. As Kadarius Toney tries to return there. Doesn't get much. Gets it up to the 20, though. So a little bit more room for this offense. Geno Smith, after a great drive, last drive, coming out now. Trying to see if he can build on the performances he's had. Going under center now here with Genti in the backfield. 4:02 on the clock. Thornton motioning over. Play action over the middle. Completed to Besh. A huge gain there. Jack Besh with a big gain. Geno Smith, 199 and a touchdown now. And all of a sudden this offense is cooking. Going into the gun now. Besh in the backfield with Genti and Gino. Throwing out towards that side. Can't connect with him. He was open. Just a little bit of an inaccurate throw. And they go almost the same formation. Besh on the other side now. Genti stays back to block. Throw over the middle. Completed to Besh. That'll bring up 3rd and 4 on the 49-yard line. Geno Smith over 200 yards now. Big play here coming up. Motion Thornton over. Gino calling out the mic. Stepping back. Pressure getting there. Throws over the middle. Complete for Bowers, who breaks a tackle and breaks off a big run. 1st down Raiders. So this team is on the verge of a 5-game win streak now at the end of the year. Throw over the middle. Brock Bowers again. Huge catch and run. Brock Bowers with a big game today, 5 for 75, 2:56 on the clock. So offense going to be looking to run some of this clock down now, I would feel. 17-17 here. Geno Smith still throwing. Throws intended for Besh, I believe. Broken up, though. 2nd and 10 coming up. From the 22, 2:45 on the clock. Geno throwing. Screen for Genti. Genti makes it out to the side, makes a man miss, and gets brought down after a gain of 7. So 3rd and 3 here. Offense in field goal range. Clock stops. Genti goes out of bounds. Geno throwing again. Throws to the right. Completed. Genti reaches in for the touchdown. Ashton Genti. Geno Smith all of a sudden playing great. It's a little frustrating, but You know, the future's looking good. If this is what Geno Smith is able to do with some of these guys, think about what a more, I don't want to say a way better quarterback, because Geno had some good years in Seattle, but think about what a different quarterback could do in this system, a younger, more well-rounded quarterback. So 234 here, a big return up the right side, gets the ball to the 40. So Giants with great starting field position here. 2:30 on the clock, down by a touchdown, all 3 timeouts. They're going I for him here. Dart under center. Steps back, play action. Stepping up, throws out to the right and just incomplete. Him and his receiver not on the same page. I believe that was Theo Johnson there. So Giants in a little bit of a interesting situation here, as the Raiders have come storming back now. Defense stops them short. It'll be 3rd and 2 now. 18 seconds before the 2-minute warning. Do they let it run to the 2-minute, or do they try to get another play off? Dart in the gun. They try to get another play off. Hand off. And it's short. So that'll be 4th and 1. And I believe the Giants are going to have to go for it here. They do. They come out in the gun right before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left in this one now. Raiders up 24-17. Giants still coming out. Offense on the field. 4th and 1. Big play here. This could be game. Handoff. And they give it to him. That was very close. I feel like he was stopped there for a second, but they give it to him. And the Giants, 1st and 10 now from the 50. Dart throwing deep. Picked off. Huge play there. Picked off. I believe that's Kalen King or Isaiah Dunn. Is that Kalen King? Kalen King making a huge play there to seal this one. And now a 1st down ends the game. Geno Smith in this offense just looking for a 1st down to go on a 4-game win streak. Ashton Jeanty gets close. 9-yard gain there. It's almost better off that he didn't get that there so they can burn another timeout. But a 1st down puts this one away. And Geno going back under center. 2nd and 1 here. Another handoff coming. Jeanty breaks a tackle. Gets the 1st down. Giants call a timeout now. And this thing is all but over. As all of a sudden our offense is scoring points, something that we've had an issue with all year. And, maybe that's the guys we had out there. Maybe it's our inconsistent quarterback play. Time will tell. But we turn a very long losing skid into a win streak to end this thing. And with 1:26 left, you got to think we're just handing the ball off here. 2nd and 8. Besh in motion. Jeanty going back outside. 1:22. What is happening? So the game isn't over. We've ran some clock off, so the Giants will more than likely get another possession as Damian Martinez gets a draw. And it'll be 4th and 7. They may get one play depending on how this punt goes. Clock is we snap it early for some reason. So the Giants will have one play, which could be all that they need. Dart in the gun here. 5 seconds left. Stepping up. Crosby, pressure, thrown deep, and broken up. So nothing crazy there at the end, but I feel like that was a little bit of clock mismanagement on our part. But we get another win here, which moves us to 6 and 10. And all of a sudden, we're not looking like anything horrible. Geno Smith, 255 and 2 touchdowns. So back-to-back games where he plays really good. Jeanty had 76 and a touchdown. Martinez adds 11 on the ground. Bowers was 75. Tony had 2 big catches, 68 yards for him today. Jeanty, Thornton with a touchdown. So a lot of these backup guys really showing that they can play, and they're here to play. Two TFLs, no sacks. Kalen King had that pick, so that's promising. So all of a sudden we're just on a weird win streak, which may change all of all of our offseason decisions and who we bring in and what we decide to do. So I believe that's a 4-game win streak now. Coming down here. We go on a long slide, we win one, lose one, and now we're on a 4-game win streak. And we're about to go up against our division rivals in the Chiefs, who are currently 5-10 with a game to play this week, and we sit above them. So, weirdly enough, we could finish third in our division this year and have a mid first round pick instead of an early first round pick. Statistically, Gino kind of turning his season around now. And with 1 game left, he's looking to surpass the numbers Pickett was putting up, which, I mean, isn't necessarily hard, but he's looking to surpass it in almost the same amount of attempts. Now, the completion percentage being 56%, that could be attributed to a lot of things. Shenty is going into this game 78 yards from 1,000 yards this season with 11 rushing TDs. Geno Smith adds 143.3 on the ground. Kenny Pickett, Damian Martinez with 49 on the ground, 4.1 per carry. Receiving wise, Thornton has 154, Tony 155. So these two battling it out down here. Besh 591, Bowers 560. So the ball got spread around a lot this year. No real big standout guy. 123 tackles for Landon Roberts with 71 being solo is kind of crazy. 107 for Jeremy Chin. 104 for Max Crosby. The tackles have gone crazy, and all of a sudden, Max Crosby is 3 sacks shy of breaking the single-season sack record, I believe, unless that has been broken. Let me see. Never mind. TJ Watt has 26 sacks this year. Never mind. So that's not that's crazy. First of all, 26 sacks for TJ Watt. Nothing I can do about that. Maybe he hits 30 if he gets 4 this last game. Who are they playing? They play Baltimore, so it's possible. Yeah. So now we're in a weird situation where the Chiefs are 5-11 now. We go into this game with a chance to end the season on a 5-game win streak and finish 7-10, which isn't great, but it's a lot better than where we were headed, which was about 4-15 or 4-13. We will be watching the majority of this game unless it gets out of hand. We will be going slow here. Jump to the end of the game. So we'll see our defense on the field first today as we're playing at home to end the season 2. Solid return here, getting up to about the 36. So a good return to get this series kicked off for the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes doing Patrick Mahomes-like things. So here comes this Chiefs offense now. Mahomes throwing, stepping up over the middle, complete to Rashee Rice. Instantly 31 yards. The Chiefs come out with a big play, immediately flipping the field. And this will be a tough test for our defense. Obviously, any game against Mahomes is a tough test. Travis Kelce still playing. Clearly, it's season 1. And back-to-back big plays there. The ball on the 21 now. Mahomes in this offense rolling early. But we've seen our defense struggle early in games and then come back and play just great ball in the fourth quarter to get us back in games, which is nice to see, but you'd like to see him put it all together for a full 4. 2nd and 2 now. Mahomes out to the right. Hollywood Brown makes that. Yeah, Hollywood Brown. So about 4 plays on that drive. Chiefs put a touchdown on the board. Mahomes looking like Mahomes out here. That is touchdown number 38 for him now. He'll finish with over 4,000 yards after this game, I believe, if he didn't already have it. So 4 plays, 64 yards. And under a minute ran off the clock. Now we're going to see if our offense can come out here with Geno Smith trying to turn his season around and make some plays happen. Geno Smith coming onto the field. His season, 14-31, 9 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, 12 total touchdowns. So we're going to see if he can continue to add to that total today, and hopefully he can, because we're going to need it after that first drive. Genty gets the ball up the middle, breaks a tackle, gain of about 5 there. Story to watch in this one, Genty 78 yards from Chris Jones out for the game and a bunch of people out for multiple weeks for the Chiefs. Okay, but Genty 78 yards from making 1,000 yards. As a quick throw over the middle to Dante Thornton there. Geno Smith, Dante Thornton hooking up early. That's good to see. 1st and 10 coming up. And we're looking like we're going to start the game throwing here. Genty not getting much of an opportunity to hit that 78 yards. Geno throwing incomplete, a little bit outside, but it's better than a little bit behind because that would have been picked. Martinez in the backfield here with Geno. 2nd and 10, handoff Martinez, and the defense gets there. He gets back to the line, though. I don't know if that was Genty being hurt. I hope it's not. But Martinez has been in now for like 4 consecutive plays. Throwing deep, incomplete, intended for Besh, just overshoots it straight out of bounds. And we're going to be punting here, which, if the Chiefs continue playing like they did that first drive, is not good for us. So we get a really good punt here. So we'll have them on the 10-yard line. Patrick Mahomes, number 3 in the MVP race, even on a 5-11 team, really shows that he is playing very good football to be considered on a 5-11 team as the MVP. Snap, handoff, Max Crosby there again, who has just had a huge year in terms of TFLs. I believe that's 29 now with that one. Could hit 30 TFLs this game. 2nd and 14 coming up from the 6-yard line now. Pacheco motioning, orbit around, over the middle, completed. Brought down after a gain of 7. 3rd and 7 coming up. Mahomes in this offense looking to continue the heat that they had from that first drive. Stepping back to throw. Crosby coming around, over the middle, completed. Travis Kelce, nobody's there. Will they catch him? He's breaking away. And he gets brought down after a huge gain. Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, the duo we've been watching for years now, connect once again for a huge play. 20-yard line is where they end up. 1st and 10, 4 minutes left in this first quarter. Chiefs looking to go up big now. Complete over the middle for about 10 yards. Under center now for Mahomes. Handoff, Pacheco breaking a tackle, getting the first down. He'll get at the 7-yard line here. Back under center. Motioning the tight end. Handoff, Pacheco up the middle. Gains about 4. It'll be second and goal from the 3 now. And Isaiah Pacheco looks shaken up a little bit. No, I guess he was just frustrated there. So Mahomes in the gun now. Pacheco in the backfield. Stepping back to throw. Throws out to Pacheco. Swing route gets open. Pacheco into the end zone, and the Chiefs go up 14-0 early. This one could get ugly if it continues to go this way. Chiefs trying to jump us in the standings. And you know Mahomes is looking for that MVP award in a down year for the team. So he's going to continue to wheel and deal. Our defense has to step up, and our offense has to continue doing what they've been doing the last 4 weeks and put some points on the board. So we got our return here, getting up. Decent return up to the 27. Geno Smith in this offense looking to come out. Genti with him, so Genti is not shaken up. Offense looking to get some points on the board here, motioning Thornton over. Step back, play action, throwing deep, intended for Kadarius Toney, who was well covered there. Incomplete. Genti in the backfield. Smith under the gun, or under center again. Play action once again. Pressure starting to get there. Complete out to Kadarius Toney. Actually completed this time out to the right there. Offense up to the 41 now. In the gun here with Damian Martinez going, throws it deep over the top. Barely missing a connection with Thornton there. And that was someplace we weren't really seeing earlier in the season, were those deep shots to guys like Tucker and Wicks, the guys who, like, Wicks isn't a super burner, but Tucker can burn. We got a couple fast guys up there. But maybe Thornton's the guy we need. He's got the size. He's got the speed. As Geno Smith goes down there. 3rd and 12 coming up. I'm surprised we haven't been running the ball more here. Chris Jones isn't playing today, so their run defense is a little worse. Geno scrambling, sliding, 6 yards short of the first down. And this offense is going to punt again. So a rough first quarter here for us. And really, this is how we how I thought the last 4 games were going to go. As we see Mahomes 4,000, he could hit 4,700 today realistically, and over 40 touchdowns. Chiefs come back out red hot. Complete out to Hollywood Brown on the left. Mahomes already at 158 and 2 touchdowns. 2nd and 3 here from the Chiefs. Mahomes in the gun. Handoff Pacheco up the middle. Nobody's there. Pacheco for a big gain. Defense looking really sus here today. Up on the 47-yard line now. The Chiefs come out in the gun. Mahomes to throw over the middle. Broken up, intended for Kelsey. Good play there from, I believe that was Darian Porter. 2nd and 10. Stepping back to throw again. Out to Noah Gray, I believe. Eric Stokes there for the tackle. Defense looking like Swiss cheese here today as Mahomes in the first quarter is approaching 200 yards. Throwing, middle, Kelsey, broken up once again. 2nd and 10 now. Defense looking for any sort of stop they can get here to get some sort of momentum in their direction. Handoff there for a short gain of 3. Things getting a little chippy here. And maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need that kind of energy. Crosby down, looking to pass rush. Gets off his guy, doesn't get there in time. Throwing deep. Rashee Rice broken up, almost intercepted. I think that was Kalen King again, who almost had his 2nd pick in 2 games. Chiefs looking for a field goal now to make it 17-0 in the first quarter. And it is good right down the middle. Harrison Butker, automatic from that range. So quickly 17-0 here in this game. And it's looking like it's going to be another game like we've watched. That's a huge stiff arm there. Big return from Dylan Laub. As we'll get the ball at the 44-yard line. Geno Smith. I don't know. Maybe our offense can turn around on this drive, get some points on the board. Back to throw. Pressure getting there, and that is not a great start. Another sack for Gillot. 2nd and 12 coming up. Geno in this offense struggling to move the ball here today. Stepping back to throw. Throwing. Connecting with Kadarius Toney, who comes down with a contested catch. So Kadarius Toney playing for a job here also down the stretch. Smith over the middle, connects with Bowers. So now we're moving the ball a little bit. 2nd and 2 from the 37 now. Genti in the backfield. Smith under center. Motioning Thornton over. Smith, play action, throws, connects with Besh for a big gain, getting us to the 14. That looking like it'll be maybe the last play of this quarter, unless we can get something off here quickly. We do. Handoff, Genti up the middle, gains about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up, and we will be in the second quarter here now. As this game almost out of hand here. 17-0 at the end of the first. Mahomes dicing us up. I believe he's already close to 200 yards. Last time we checked, it was 158, and they made some plays after that too. 2nd and 7 here from the 10. Thornton motioning. Snap. Handoff to Genti, who tries to get outside. The gap is shot perfectly by the safety there. And Genti loses 2. 3rd and 9 coming up now. Geno in the empty. Trying to get some points here. Bowers motioning out. Geno back to throw. Pressure starting to get home. Throws in the hands of Kadarius Toney in the end zone, but it gets broken up. Solid coverage there. And we're going to have to settle for a field goal here. As, points on the board. At least we're not getting shut out. That drive was good in terms of getting a little bit of momentum for our offense. Now we just need to see if our defense can get a stop on this potent Chiefs offense. As they get a solid return up to the 30 here. Mahomes coming out now, looking to surpass Joe Burrow for most passing yards in the league right now. Although Burrow could possibly hit 5,000 with a big game in their final game. Tight end motion's over now, 1st and 10. Mahomes drops back. Tonka Hemingway getting through almost immediately with a huge sack there. It'll be 2nd and 17 now. Unfortunately, though, it is Mahomes, so forcing the Chiefs to pass is not necessarily a good thing. Mahomes taking the snap, throwing, completed. Max Crosby there to help with the tackle. Mahomes in the gun now, empty. 3rd and 12 coming up. Defense looking for their first stop of the day. Pressure coming, getting there. Mahomes hit as he throws, and the pass is broken up, intended for Rashee Rice. Broken up by Jeremy Chin, who's really stepped into that slot corner role and played really well. So I think he's gonna be our slot corner going forward into next season. I think he's kind of secured that role. He's played very well there these last few games. As a huge punt there. Kadarius Toney, I believe, yes, able to get up to the 22, get us some room. So we haven't seen a lot of Ashton Genti today, unfortunately. I feel like that's one thing with Madden Sim is when you go down a touchdown or two early, your team kind of abandons the run game as the pressure gets there and Geno goes down losing 6. But as I was saying, I feel like the run game gets abandoned in the Madden Sim a little bit too early. So it's unfortunate, but maybe we can turn it around and we'll see Genti a little bit later in this game as pressure getting through. Martinez misses his block. And all of a sudden it's 3rd and 24 and this Chiefs defense is rolling now. Our defense gets a stop and the Chiefs defense just gets that momentum their offense had. So Smith looking to throw again. Pressure starting to get there. Complete over the middle. Besh fighting for the first down. A huge completion there. Great throw. Great catch. Great run after the catch. Catch by Jack Besh. Over the middle. Besh again. Huge catch and run. 1st and 10 at the 50 now. So back-to-back big plays from Jack Besh now. Gino and this offense looking to continue to roll. Back to throw again, completing over the middle to Thornton for another first down. 3 first downs in 3 plays now. 1st and 10 from the 39. Martinez in the backfield. Gino in the gun. Stepping back to pass. Pressure getting there. Gino stepping up. Able to get back to the line. But Ashton Gillot has 3 sacks today in the first half. Our right tackle's got to play better. I believe that's DJ Glaze. Screen set up for Damian Martinez now. No blocks really there. And Drew Tranquil, I think I said he was a safety earlier. That was a miss commentary. Drew Tranquil in on that TFL. 3rd and 15 now. Can we make something happen here? Gino in the gun, motioning Thornton. Handoff Genti, and just a horrible play call there. Losing 2 yards. Tranquil in the backfield yet again. Back-to-back big plays from Tranquil, who's been all over the field today, making plays in the run game and the pass game. Forcing us to punt now as the ball sails out the back of the end zone. Chiefs will get the ball at the 20. Rashee Rice has 16 touchdowns this year. So he's having a big year this year. 17-3. 3:50 left in the second quarter. 1st and 10 now for the Chiefs. Mahomes, this Chiefs offense looking to kind of put this game away, really, as it's completed over the middle. 2nd and 4 now. Mahomes throwing again. Max Crosby in immediately with his first sack of the day for number 21 on the season. And he's in the zone now, so we'll be looking for him to continue to make an impact on this drive, hopefully getting through. His 2nd sack, back-to-back sacks for Max Crosby. Sack number 22 now. As his great year continues, he's been quietly insane for us this year. And I'm going to hope that it can continue into next season when this team's a little bit better and, hopefully a lot better. I'm looking to address as many of the holes in this roster as possible and try to make a push in this really tough division, as we have 3 teams who are all very good. Got the Broncos, the Chargers, and the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 5-11, but they got Patrick Mahomes, who's in the MVP race on a 5-11 team. Brock Bowers with a catch now, running up the sideline. A little play action there. 1st and 10 from the 44. 3:04 left in the second. Gino under center. Play action again. Throwing underneath to Michael Mayer, I believe. 2nd and 5 now. We run basically the same play, just a little bit different of a variation. Back to throw once again. Pressure starting to get there, and Gino will go down. 6 sacks for this Chiefs offense in the first half. Or Chiefs defense in this first half. Pardon me. 3rd and 6 coming up now from the 40. Smith throwing. Pressure getting through again, and he just runs backwards. Losing 10. So back-to-back drives now where the Chiefs defense just gets pressure when they want it and ends the drive. Score stays 17-3. Not a great punt. Ball goes out at the 25. Crosby, big TFL there from Laulu. I know I'm saying that name horribly wrong, and I'm sorry for it. Clock's going to wind down here, possibly to the 2-minute warning. Chiefs may get off one more play before that happens. Mahomes in the gun now, looking to throw. Throws out to number 80, Tyquan Thornton, who's already got 5 catches today, so he's been contributing handedly. I may not have been using that correctly, but he's been contributing today, which is, if they can have that kind of production from their wide receiver 4 because Xavier Worthy's out, then it's not bad. Patrick Mahomes in the first half, over 200 yards. Defense looking to get a stop again here, though, hopefully. Give this offense a chance to score before half. Pressure getting through. Screen set up. perfectly timed screen. Geno Smith on the sideline yelling at the defense. But you can't say much because our offense has only scored 3 points. 1st and 10, handoff to Pacheco. Chiefs just kind of running this clock. They're basically in field goal range. Definitely want to just get into halftime and get out of this game as soon as possible, pretty much, for them. Neither of us have much to play for here other than 3rd in the division. But if they can go up 20-3, it could very well be over, honestly. That could be enough to get it done. Our offense has not played great today. Mahomes throwing now. Pressure getting there. Another screen set up perfectly. Stokes there to make the tackle after a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 coming up now with 52 seconds left. Chiefs, all 3 timeouts. Haven't used one yet. Mahomes throwing. Pressure starting to get there. He steps up, takes off. Mahomes slides down at the 11. They take their first timeout with 44 seconds left on the clock. In the red zone now. Looking to potentially score a touchdown here and kind of put a dagger in us in the first half. Mahomes throwing. Out to Pacheco. Catch. Great tackle there. 2nd and 12 now. After that loss of 2, Chiefs let the clock run a little bit more here. Mahomes to throw again over the middle. Rashee Rice, and they're going to take a timeout now. Be 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 8 from the 9. Possibility of getting a first down on this play. Mahomes throwing again, stepping up, taking off, gets into the end zone. So the Chiefs running away with this one in the first half. 24-3. And this one might be out of hand, so I think we're just going to try to get out of here and complete this season. As we finish with no points, we do get the ball at half. And our offense punts. Chiefs don't score. We don't score. Going to the 4th quarter now. Chiefs go up bigger, and it's over. 37-3 is how we finish this season. After a 4-game win streak going into this game, we get, best way to put it is we get humbled by the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes goes for 298 and 3 touchdowns on 80% completion percentage. Geno Smith, 54. Didn't turn the ball over, but didn't play great. Genti only got 6 carries today. We didn't see much from him, which is unfortunate because I did want him to hit that 1,000-yard mark, but he almost certainly hit it next season behind or as a part of a better offense. Kadarius Toney leads us in receptions with 5. He has 62 yards today, 4 for 79 for Jack Besh. Thornton had 3 for 40. Brock Bowers 3 for 27. Mayer had 2 catches today. Defensively, 12 tackles for Landon Roberts, 9 for Eric Stokes. 3 TFLs for Hemingway, 3 for Crosby, which puts him at 31 TFLs on the season with 22 sacks. So a crazy season for Max Crosby. Hennick Bari got a sack today, which is good to see. No picks. Chris Paul Jr., Jeremy Chin, Kalen King, Darian Porter. Kalen King continued his strong end to the year with some playing time. So we're definitely going to be looking to extend him, get him back on hopefully like a cheap 2 to 3 year deal, see how he can develop for us. As weak as our cornerback room is, I don't think it's a huge problem. I do think we have enough guys who are able to develop into solid corners. Just going to go look at the depth chart, honestly, before I start saying something that I am not meaning. Yeah, so you got Darian Porter, who's an 82 overall already. Eric Stokes, who is an 82 overall. If we can retain these two, I'm perfectly fine with having 2 or 3 developmental guys behind them. Kalen King already up to a 69 with morale, which is big. Isaiah Dunham, 269 with morale, which is also big. I want to keep these two around to really develop into that third and fourth guy if we can. I like Kalen King. He played very well down the stretch. He has 87 speed, which is a little worrisome, but he was in the right spots. He's got 71 man coverage. His press is okay, and he's only going to get better. 69 catching, which is one of the best in our DB room. 56 tackle, which is one of the best in our DB room. 61 hit power, which is the best of all our corners, I believe. Yes. So he looking like he's going to develop nicely. So we'll continue to watch that. I'm going to continue to try to re-sign him as we go. And now we're just going to advance into the wild card weekend to see the finalized stats here for us. We'll check out this mock draft real quick, which has us picking at number 6. They have us taking quarterback Gregory Peterson, who, if I remember correctly, is somebody. He is on my board. I have some question marks about him, I feel like, but he's not a bad option. A to B injury is also good. I like that, especially with our quarterbacks getting sacked the way they were. Miguel Guerrero, definitely the top guy, but he's got some question marks too. That C medium accuracy is a little so if he falls, do we take him? Probably not. We got Lyle McFadden, who's a projected top 5 guy, but with round 2 to 3 talent. Big guy, 6'3", 231. He's just, I don't know, he's not refined. So if we don't want to go quarterback and we want to go Lyle McFadden in round 2 to 3 and see if he can develop for us, that'd be interesting. But I think we have to go quarterback first round. I think that just makes the most sense. And I think it's almost for certain going to be either Gregory Peterson or Miguel Guerrero if he falls to us, or if we can somehow put together a trade package. Bryce Higgins here. It's just outside of these top guys, and even these top guys, you got around 2-3 talent for a guy that's projected top 5. But these top guys, I think Guerrero and Peterson are the best available. It's crazy because Peterson is a scrambler at 6'2", 229, so he's going to have solid speed for us, good to solid speed. But he has elite to great throw power, elite to great strength, elite to great acceleration, and he's got the accuracies to go with it. He's got good break sack, great throw under pressure, great throw on the run, great juke move for a quarterback. B could have A short accuracy, but even if he doesn't, that's also a B. And he could really add some juice into this offense for us. And it's funny, they have us projected picking him, but we're not actually one of the top picks for him, which is kind of crazy. Let's see if we're one of the top picks for Guerrero. No. I guess those guys all need quarterbacks, the Saints, the Steelers, and the Giants. So the Giants giving up on Dart early, I guess, after his rookie season. We're going to go look at stats now. Actually, we'll check out the yearly awards first, see if there's anybody in here. MVP looking like it will be Joe Burrow. Bo Nix coming in second. Patrick Mahomes in third. Jordan Love down here. Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, Brock Purdy. So a lot of guys that you would expect to be on this list. Coach of the Year looking like it will be Mike Vrabel, which could be the case in real life as well. Moving to the Offensive Player of the Year, Andre Iosivas. We're going to have to go look at his stats because that's not who you would expect on the Bengals to be in Offensive Player of the Year talks. Joe Burrow here at third, Marvin Mims at second, Jonathan Taylor, Rashee Rice, Nick Westbrook-Akine, Josh Downs, Lamar Jackson. Defensive Player of the Year looking like it's going to be Max Crosby. So he didn't have as many sacks as TJ Watt, but the TFLs and the sacks combined make up for it, looking like he will get that DPOY award for the AFC Offensive Rookie of the Year. Genty will be on this list. He's not going to get it behind Henderson, Judkins, Hampton. A lot of running backs up here. That's fine though. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Darian Porter's on this list too. He had a pretty solid year. We'll go check out his stats here in a second. Best quarterback, where I don't expect to see any of us. Best running back, Genty at the bottom of this list too, which is kind of big. So maybe he gets the X Factor in the offseason due to the awards. Best wide receiver, Eusebius. And Jamar Chase is on this list. Best O-line, I don't think we're going to have anybody. Best D-line, Max Crosby is there. Best linebacker, did we have anybody? No. DB, we had Jeremy Chin. I agree with that. He was very good. And Darian Porter's on this list also, which is good for us. Best kicker, Daniel Carlson, looking like he's going to win it, which is good. So now, I got to go see how... There's Eusebius right there. 77 receptions, 1,400 yards, 19 touchdowns. And Marvin Mims had 1,200 yards and 20 touchdowns. Crazy. So TJ Watt finishes with 26 sacks, so it doesn't look like he got a sack in their last game of the season. But Max Crosby far and beyond with TFLs in the league. I'm sure Carrington Valentine ends up leading the league in interceptions with 6, which is kind of crazy. Jamel Dean, Beanie Bishop Jr. on there as well. Nobody but Crosby up here for us, unfortunately. But we will go look here at the end of season stats for us. So Geno Smith doesn't surpass the yardage, does get one more touchdown for himself. Threw the ball 5 more times, had 10 less completions. The quarterback room, they both got sacked 34 times, which is kind of crazy. Just not great quarterback play for us this year. Rushing wise, Genty had a very good rookie year, especially in this offense, and how wishy-washy it has been, to say the least. Geno Smith adds 152 and 3 on the ground, so he has 12 total touchdowns. I think moving forward, I want to keep Mostert around because he's got that mentor tag, but I think Martinez next year, if we don't add anybody else, I think he will be our RB2. And probably move to the power back role instead of the third down receiving back. I would much rather that be Genty, I believe, just because he has better potential in that area of his game. Besh finishes leading us with 670 and 2 touchdowns, 649 for Dontavian Wicks. No touchdowns this year for him. 621 and 2 for Trey Tucker. Bowers has 6 touchdowns for us. The ball got spread around. Thornton and Kadarius Toney had a good run. Thornton 4 touchdowns during the season, which is more than our 3 guys, and Genty adds 188, so he finishes with 1,000 total yards and 12 touchdowns, I believe. Yes, 12 total touchdowns. Didn't fumble, which is good. Defensively now, actually, let's go blocking. EJ Glaze allowed 25 sacks. Charles Grant allowed 23, and then Meredith allowed 11. Our guards played decent this year, so Caleb Rogers at right guard played solid. Somebody that I wanted to play solid this year for us, and he did. I believe he dealt with a little bit of injuries, considering he played quite a fewer snaps than some other guys. 955 downs played for Dylan Parham and only 6 sacks allowed. Now, 6 sacks isn't great to allow, but we're just going to round up and say 1,000 snaps over 17 games and only allowing 6, especially when you got two guys who played more snaps than you who allowed like 5 times your sacks. When we have almost 50 sacks between our tackles, some changes need to be made there. I'm not saying that they can't eventually develop, but these two are not the answer right now. We cannot justify 50 sacks between two people. And even 11 sacks to me is bad, but I can't really call that bad when you got two guys with 20 plus sacks allowed over the course of the season. Defensively, Landon Roberts, Jeremy Chin, Max Crosby, top of our tackles there. 31 TFLs for Max Crosby, 10 for Devin White, 10 for Tonka Hemingway. Kuntz had 9. Going to sacks now, 22 for Max Crosby. Malcolm Kuntz with 11.5. So he has really thrived in that Russian D-tackle role, which is really good to see from him. 3.5 from Lalu. Enigbari had 3, which is good. 3 sacks and 4, which he didn't play, I don't think. 561. So he played a little less than, like Crosby played 1,000 snaps. Kuntz played 709. He played 561, which is a lot, but, he's a younger player. He'll develop. Kick return wise, Tony was a solid returner. So I think, going forward, what do we really need? We may need a corner. Although I'm okay with not getting a corner this season unless somebody crazy is available for us. We definitely need a quarterback. That will be addressed in the draft. Our contract got extended, I guess. Finishing, what did we finish? 6-11 was enough to get our contract extended. But our division here is going to be a tough one to compete in. Got 2 11-6 teams, both going to playoffs this year. The Chiefs, always a tough win. And then you got us, who we have a lot of. They're saying our top need is DT, which I'm not seeing DT being a need for us. I would like to add a wide receiver, so I may draft a wide receiver. Possibly trading Trey Tucker. I don't think we can right now. That's not even the right one. Yeah, we can't right now. So possibly trading Trey Tucker and picking and drafting a guy for our rookie wide receiver or rookie quarterback, pardon me. But yeah, moving forward, there's a lot of questions for this team. Ravens get the 1 seed in the AFC. Lions get the 1 seed in the NFC. So we'll keep track of this throughout the off season. But next episode, I'm not sure where I'm going to be streaming it. I would like to think I'm probably streaming it on TikTok, but it may be Twitch. I will keep everyone posted on that. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I hope you're ready to kick off the off season soon, and I hope you're ready to see this franchise turn around. As always, I hope you all are having a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you all next time. I am out of here. Peace.